Hi, I'm Adrian with Black Umbrella Cycling Productions. It's Sunday the 15th of April. We're in Stamullen for the Joey White Memorial Race, consisting of 6 laps which will take the riders over a hilly technical course. The first attack of the day came from a Cameraman CC rider and a Stamullen rider within the first 5k. Then it was Damien Shaw of Aqua Blue stringing the bunch out. He opened up quite a gap, 10 seconds. The speeds were very high in the opening lap. Damien was feeling very strong this morning. Kept the gap open for about 2 to 3 kilometers. Four riders tried to break free of the fields going into the second lap, with none other than Damien Shaw of Aqua Blue and Paddy Clark of Castlebar CC. But that attack was doomed before it even started, as the bunch were not letting anybody up the road.
It looks to be 6 rounds. It looks like that is the young man from Skerry's just taking them through. It is too. Yes. And the man from Cork on the far side, and his Halpin here, and the Halpin is there as well. Right. Okay. 7 meters. 7 meters. 42 seconds. 42 seconds. Oh, this is supposed to be.
Then there was a break that formed with about 10 riders. 2 Polygons, Sweet Nice, Paddy O'Brien, Richard Hooton visit Nina. And look at this guy. Well, can anybody tell me what that bike is? There's the commissar going up to talk to the riders to give them a time check. They had about 35 seconds at the time, but the bunch was moving in. Riders were struggling on the climb. Damien Shaw was stringing the race out. Stephen Halpin was already struggling and in trouble. Greg Swinard was making sure he was letting Damien go nowhere. Mark Dowling, Greg Swinner, Paddy O'Brien, Richard Hooton, Damien Shaw, Eurocycles. Working well together. Greg testing the legs here. He's trying to see if he can draw somebody out. Well, you're not going anywhere, says Mark. And Damien's marking. Richard, Paddy, and Eurocycle still in there. Here we go, a bit of cat and mouse. Greg Swinner testing Damien. Paddy sitting on Damien's wheel. Mark Dowling's coming around. Greg just sitting in there watching everybody. Then Greg goes again. Damien. Eurocycles. Paddy O'Brien. Richard Hooton, Paddy Clark. They've been joined by some others. UCD, DID. Starting to come back together again. And here we have Paddy O'Brien coming in to win the Stamullen GP. Richard Hooton, Greg Swinner and Damien Shaw battled out with Richard Hooton taking second.
Last year's winner is coming in here. Here's the going back on the far side, the UCD winner.
I'm with 2013 Stamullen Grand Prix winner Paddy O'Brien. Paddy, how did the race go for you today?
It was a very, very hard race and a lot of wind and a very tough circuit. So I'm delighted to win in such a hard day, but it was a hard-earned victory, and I'm very happy with it.
There was a few attacks out the road. I seen Greg was making these moves and the Polygon riders. How did you hold that together, and what did you think was your key moment to attack to the finish?
Well, yeah, we had a strong group up front, and with Greg Swinard and Damien Shaw, I knew that they'd be very strong and were very strong today. And there was two Polygon riders, Mark Dowling and Stephen Halpin. They were riding very good, so I knew that today a sprint wouldn't be an effective way of winning, because so much wind and you would have tired legs in the strong sprint. So when we came up the hill the last lap, I was kind of having an eye on Greg and Damien Shaw, and these guys will make a move now in a minute, and we were going up the hill, and then I decided I'll make a move and see what happens. And it was a long way out for me to go. I normally don't win races like that, but I was committed then, so I rode as best as I could to the finish, and I was delighted to win.
Thank you, Paddy. 2013 Stamullen Grand Prix winner Paddy O'Brien. I'm with Damien Shaw, 2013 Stamullen Grand Prix. Damien, near the end of the race there, could you give us the last synopsis on how Paddy O'Brien got away from you?
Okay, the last time up the climb, Paddy attacked over the brow of the climb. It was a good place to attack. It was on his own, so I couldn't imagine that he'd stay away, it being such a hard circuit. A lot of factors coming into play with the wind and everything, but he rode really well and he took a great result. Congratulations, Paddy.
You were very aggressive on the first lap. Was your intention to get away, break it up, and maybe possibly pull away with a few riders?
Yeah, absolutely. I love these type of circuits, short, sharp hills. I think it really suits me. I really believe in aggressive riding, and every time I go out, I wanna just be the most aggressive man out there.
Thank you very much. Stamullen Grand Prix 2013, Damien Shaw. Greg Swinard from the 2013 Stamullen Grand Prix. Greg, seems like it was an aggressive race today.
Yes, it was very aggressive. It was very, very windy, and there was a tailwind section, and it made every sense to try to attack in that tailwind section. So I was pushing the pace there, and a lot of the lads are riding hard too.
You went out on your own there at one stage with Richard Hooton. Did you guys feel like that you had a chance?
Yeah, I thought that was really the move, because there was a break coming up, and a lot of people were marking Damien Shaw, and given that we were riding well and got a gap, we tried to push it. But Shaw and Dowling and some of those guys, I think they made a big effort on the hill and got back up to us.
How was the finish for you?
It was a bit dicey. We were pretty close to Paddy, but then we stopped working well together. There were three of us. I got away in the tailwind, but then Shaw got up to us, and I think he probably didn't have quite the legs he had last week, and he made some hard attacks, but that was the end of our chances to get up to us. If you don't work together, you won't get up to him. And then we got away from Richard Hooton, but then he didn't want to work at all, and Hooton caught us and beat me, but I beat Shaw, so that was the bright spot of my race, because I'm getting slow in my old age. I think sprinting and all that. Shaw's a big, strong guy.
Well, thank you, Greg. We'll see you sometime next week. Are you going to Nina?
Yeah, I'll be down there as long as I'm still walking.